And there we are.
All right, we're live. What's going on, everybody? It's Friday night. I'm Will. We got George, Mobile Geezer here.
Hey, folks. Mobile Geezer here. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And happy to be here as usual.
And we got Mike from SimplyYourDevice.
Hey there. How's everybody doing? Thank God it's Friday. Made it through a rough week.
I saw your Friday face picture, and I guess and I think that's typical of American workers. They're so happy to get to Friday. Me, I'm pretty happy to get to Monday because I love my job so much.
Yeah,
I'm the unusual one.
it's been an interesting week. Some work related, some personal. A little bit of everything. It's just been a long week. So I get to spend time with my family, which I look forward to.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good weekend. Going to be a good weekend. So, how you doing, George? I didn't get to say hi to you. I just got here and I set my coffee down and I didn't say hello. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Will was saying something about me being positive or not complaining, and I said somebody said to me this morning at work, "You don't complain much," and I said, "I have too many blessings to complain. I can never think of anything to complain about."
Yeah, Jordan, I was telling you that I was asking you how your week was, and you said it was always good or something,
Yeah, my week is always great. I mean, I go to a job I love. I come here and I work on stuff I love. I mean, and then I exercise. That's my whole week, every week. And I'm healthier than I've ever been. And my stomach is getting flatter. So what have I got to complain about?
I still got to ask you, George. I don't know. One week you might have a week where you want to vent like me and Mike. When you're like, it's been a rough week. You're always so positive.
If you hold your breath for that, you'll probably be in your grave before you hear that from me. Even back, well, let me put it this way. Since I've been a born-again Christian, and that's only since 89, I have a strong tendency to be thankful about my blessings, which always way outweigh anything else in my life. But even before that, starting in my 30s, I just started looking at things like, okay, I'm a spoiled American.
Somebody's blowing up.
It's a message from a coworker. I sent him the link. Kevin, the guy was from 2 weeks ago.
Okay. I look at the rest of the world, and I'm like, what the heck have we got to complain about in America? And that's one of my complaints about Americans. We're so freaking spoiled. Nobody realizes just how spoiled we are. I realize it, and I want to continue to be spoiled. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
he's multitasking.
This week I'm in the chat, and I'm
Yeah, I'm not a multitasker. I haven't even brought up the chat.
This week we got there was Mom's in the room, Mike. Most of the news is Samsung related. Well, the bulk of it anyway. The good stuff, but we do got some other stuff going on.
Well, there's the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see the whole Samsung thing play out, because I see AT&T went ahead and put out they put out like
a date
again, but then they took it down again. Put out anything. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, they took it down again. So
yeah,
I don't know. I still kind of stick by my thing, George, but maybe not. But all right, let's see.
Okay, all right. So are we going to start with the phone?
Yeah, we can start, I guess. Then we can talk about
it. I have something to say, and it's specifically to you, Will.
Okay, go ahead, George. You want to start with it?
I understand all your points about the fault, and you have, to your credit, you have been very consistent from the first time we ever heard of this thing, which you just don't see it. You're not interested in a folding phone and all of that. But what I noticed, especially with the one that you sent today, every single big blogger and YouTuber, all of them, all the ones that got this phone in their hands for free to test, with all the problems they had, to a man, they all have positive things to say about it. Have you noticed that?
But George, if we go back to that, we can go back to how we were talking about last week, where they, of course, they all just said it was great, but none of them really were like, you know what I mean? Until Sam, until the people's was breaking, none of them said nothing like.
Yeah, I know, but even the one you sent today with the Verge, but even the one you sent today with the Verge, he went and I both read the article and I watched the video. And in his video, he pointed out the flaws and the problems with the display and things getting under. And they're one of the ones that had the problem with the display where something got underneath it and it kept getting worse. But then he went on to explain his using the phone day to day. Everybody seems to love this thing on a day-to-day basis. John Rettinger and him and Marquez, and even with the problem.
I think what they like about it is that it folds. They're not.
I agree.
They're not saying.
I think that's probably what I would like about it too.
Yeah, but they're not. See, to me, the reason why I'm like I wouldn't buy one, especially not at $1,900, is because it's not doing nothing else. Like I'm sure you saw Mr. Mobile's video. He showed you like it can look George. He showed you it can fold and unfold. But then when you if you use Twitter on the front screen and then you open it and then you look at Twitter and it's in the middle of the screen, the other half is black. I think it was Twitter or Instagram, one of them. And the other two sides are black. Like, especially on Android, they're not going to fix all those apps to adjust to, we can say 10 phones.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
Like,
it's not happening. It's not like, I don't know. I think it was his video where he was like, I had a hard time adjusting to the fact that every time I wanted to really use the phone, I had to open it. You know what I mean? And use it two-hand. Like, it's, I don't know. To me, that's
and the Verge guy, he seemed to like the fact when he opened it with two hands.
No, I mean he had to use the phone two-handed. That's one of the big things. Everybody's like, yeah, I want to be able to reach to the top of the screen, and like it's like people are going backwards. How can you? Before everybody was like, they have to come up with a way so we can use the phone one-handed, and they wanted iPhone to have the accessibility, the mode where you can reach the top, and all the companies. Samsung made the thing where you could draw and make the screen go half size, and now you want a bigger phone. It's just because it's folding.
But it's just remember, but keep something in mind. For years,
that's all.
From 2000 to about 2006 or 7, everybody wanted to make a phone smaller and smaller and smaller. And then after the iPhone came out, everybody wanted to make a phone bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's kind of following the same trend.
It goes. I'm laughing at Nigel in the chat because Nigel said, "Wait till June when the Huawei Mate X comes out." And I guess he thinks that's going to be the thing, but
Nigel, we love you, but we cannot accept your opinion on anything Huawei. You know that.
Nigel, listen, Nigel, it has to work as a phone first. If it's dropping calls like the P30 Pro for you, I'm not interested.
No, it wasn't the P30 Pro for him. It was the P30 for him.
Whatever it was dropping calls, and Nigel of all people took his phone back. I was taking it back.
Yeah, that kind of shocked me too. Now he's thinking about getting a OnePlus 6T. So I
couldn't believe it. That 50 times Zoom and all that didn't matter when you can't make a phone call.
Let me take a minute to acknowledge who's in here. Alan was the first one in to be. Good for you, Alan.
Wow.
Representing North Jersey. Nigel's in here. Serrano is in here. Your wife is in here, Mike. Kirk Fontaine is in here. Carol is in here. Hi, Carol. And I guess that's it at the moment. Yes, Kirk Fontaine is saying what I said. Unbox Therapy loved the phone even with the issues. And that seems to be every single one of them. And I suspect I would too.
They got the phone for free. They was just cheerleading the phone.
Yeah, but they all have to turn that phone back in. Some of them are going to end up buying that phone just because they love the phone.
Once it broke, they were all like, well, the phone's too easy to break and this and that. And then they all put out these videos.
But they still went back and said, but it's still something about this phone that's fascinating to use.
It folds. But before that, nobody was saying nothing bad about it. If nobody's phone broke, everybody would have still been using it. And you wouldn't have heard nothing bad about it. They would have still been saying it was the greatest thing in the world until people got their phone.
Well, but see, that's hyperbole. They didn't say it was the greatest thing in the world. They like the form factor. They like the phone.
It folds.
Yeah. And even in the Verge, he said the front screen is too small. And I just like that front screen. But I suspect if I had the phone in my hands, I'd probably love it too.
Six is at the movies.
Six is watching Endgame. I won't get to see Endgame until Tuesday. So.
Okay.
But I've got my list of who got dissolved, so I can bring it with me on the phone because I want to see who's coming back.
But funny, that's my
spoilers,
friend.
George.
Yeah, but Adam was there like at the 4 o'clock show yesterday, and my friend Kevin, who was I was messaging, he's trying to catch the stream tonight, and he's also watching every movie in a certain order leading up to now.
Somebody else was just somebody else told me they were doing the same thing, watching all the movies. All I did is I went back 2 weeks ago and watched the Infinity Wars again, and that's when I listed everybody who got dissolved, so I can watch. Yeah, as much as I love the Avengers, and nobody I don't think loves them any more than I do, but 3 hours, man, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it's a long movie.
Yeah. All right, so back to the fold. Now, Mike, you haven't hardly said anything. Say something.
Say something?
Say something about the fold. And what you think about what these guys are saying about it, both good and bad.
Well, let me just say this right now. T-Mobile has the Moto G power for 240, like 239 right now.
But it doesn't fold.
But if you buy two, you put them together, you still got the same.
Yes, you did illustrate that very nicely. I admit last week.
It's I don't know. I've been real busy. I haven't really kept up on much on it. I did see where the cancellation came out, and that surprised me to a point. But kudos to Samsung. They're not trying not to put a patch on it and send it out. You know what I mean?
But my only fear is, why did Samsung do this? They wanted to be first. Mm-hmm. Now they know Huawei's is coming out in July, I think.
Well,
and it seems like they
June.
Still might be determined to try and beat Huawei.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The pressure,
beating Huawei.
But the pressure is on Huawei to come out of the gate with no issues. I think that's going to be a big deal.
I said last week, I feel bad for Huawei because this crap is going to reflect on them, and their phone hasn't even come out yet.
Right. They got to be on their A game and not the end game. So, it's going to be interesting to see. We're still seeing rumors of the Motorola, and there was talk of Verizon behind it for the Razr phone, a type of folding phone like that, but not as big, like a small, look like trying to still keep some of the form factor of the old Razr phone.
Yeah.
So
I think that looks like it's going to be a pretty cool phone. I think,
right,
if it ever comes out.
If it comes out, but I don't know. I see them going to try and do something. There's got to be one more phone manufacturer is going to try and come out with something that's going to be.
You know who I think may be the one to come out with one that'll actually sell and get it right? I hope.
Who's that? Xiaomi, yeah.
Yeah, because they had that three-sided phone.
Yeah.
And that looked like the coolest one of all, but all I showed was a concept.
And cut the throats to cut the price.
Yes, and Xiaomi always does that. They always come up with a price that's reasonable or way below what everybody else charges.
Yeah, without a doubt. I had a comment, and it left me that quick because we started talking about Endgame. It all come back to me about these folding phones, but overall, it's a
different form factor. It's new.
Yeah.
Mike, you don't think that they're trying to? I don't notice what you said. I missed the first couple words before you got to it. When you said putting a patch on it, you think they're putting a patch on it, or they're not trying to?
He gave them kudos for not putting
a patch on it.
All right. Well, we can get into the first story where they made iFixit they didn't make them. They didn't do like legal.
And they didn't ask directly either.
Yeah, they asked them to take down their tear down of the phone, which you can still find, which to me makes them look bad, like it says in the article. Basically, what the article says is that they asked them to take down the tear down.
Well, wait. Let's get it right. A company that what's the name? iFixit works with asked them to take it down because Samsung asked them. So Samsung did not ask them directly, but they got the message through.
Yeah, because iFixit didn't get the phone from Samsung. They got it from
somebody else, right?
Yeah, but
either way, it does kind of make them look bad, you know.
Yeah, but see, it's like, all right, they kind of like it's like you said, Mike. They obviously are going to take the phone back and try to patch it up because they know there's stuff wrong.
No, I didn't say patch it.
They're going to try to fix it.
Yeah, they're gonna try to put a patch on it and put it out so it's better than what we were about to get.
I totally disagree. I don't think they're going to put a patch. There's a difference between patching.
George,
drive around and try to see Rose, and you'll find out.
Okay. What do you think they're going to do to it?
I think they're going to make it a heck of a lot better display-wise as far as sealing it than it was before. I don't consider that patching it.
They're gonna take what they got. They're not gonna redesign the whole phone.
No, they're not gonna redesign it.
No. They're gonna take what they got and they're gonna try to stop all the. They said there's a lot of gaps where stuff can get in.
Samsung said that themselves. Yeah,
they're gonna try to patch it up. That's all, and push the same. It's gonna be the same thing.
So now
it might end up worse now because depending on how good they fix it, you know what I mean. Some people's phones might not break. It might, I don't know, but we'll see. I guess I'm glad I ain't buying one. For real.
As low as it's $1,980, I'm not buying one either.
I don't want to hear that my phone was about to come out and then they took it back to recall it basically, and they're fixing it. And nah, that means Samsung knew it was shady from the beginning.
How do you know that?
Because, all right, just like when the notes, when they started blowing up, and I forget how many of them blew up in the beginning, and they were like, oh, just a small number. They weren't doing nothing right away. So they only sent out like how many phones? You know what I mean? How many of them had problems, and they're already like, we're gonna delay all of them because they know something is wrong. Just like
wait a minute. Hold on.
See the problem.
Wait a minute.
And they were still pushing it out.
They're still burning. They're still pardon the term burning. They're still hurting from that. I think to this day.
I agree.
So now they wore a lot of egg on their face, and they don't want any more egg on their face.
Right. And that's why they're going to get it right. I think
they're going to get it right. And I meant by patches and like patch it and ship and still keep their ship dates. That's what I mean.
But they can't because they already shipped them. The phone was supposed to come out yesterday or something like that.
They didn't ship them. They only gave the
review units. Yeah.
Nobody got a shipped phone ever.
So so the carriers didn't get it either?
No, nobody had that phone except the 100 people that had them in their hands for reviewing. Nobody else ever got that phone at all.
Well, either way, you can't tell me they didn't know. Just like we said last week, somebody in there somebody there, George. Somebody there said, you know what?
You can't tell me they didn't know. Why can't anybody tell you they didn't know? It's like, you read their minds? How do you know
they tested the phone there? There's no way that
and they screwed up and they proved it.
So they were like, oh, maybe it's just yours is having that problem. We can still ship them out. And then when the YouTube people got them, then they were like, all right, we got it. We're getting bad press now. We got to take them back. That's how that's what happened. They had to know. There's no way that.
How can you say they had to know?
Because George, they're testing the phone. There's no way that they didn't know that the phone had issues. You know what I mean? They had to know. There's no way that a big company like that, the same way they check the batteries now. They had to.
So a big company like that, they knew they had issues. They send it out to some of the top reviewers on Earth. That's kind of stupid, isn't it? I don't think they're stupid.
Well, you'd be surprised.
They became the number one phone company in the world by being stupid.
It don't matter. They knew.
It does matter.
George, there's no way that they didn't know.
Saying, I come out of the ghetto and I become a famous guy, and it didn't matter. Of course it matters. They work to get where they are.
George, you're not a rich, famous guy? I thought you were.
George, as soon as you look at the
one thing I can tell you that I've consistently said for 50 years, I don't want to be rich and I don't want to be famous. That has not changed. I watch.
Look at the teardown. Look at the teardown of the phone. As soon as you start reading the teardown, you got to read it. But as soon as you start reading it, you'll see where the guy's like, yeah, this is this potential hazard right here. This is probably where all the stuff was going in. So if they can see that, and
That's
Samsung
their job. This is what they do for a living.
Samsung's job is to build the phone, and they
agree.
got to test the phone. So there's no way.
And I think where they screwed up, I think they failed in their testing because they were in such a freaking hurry to be first. That's what I think.
So if they were such in a hurry to be first, they knew that the phone had issues, but they were like, we're going to put it out. If them people never came back and was like, yeah, our screen had this, and this, Samsung would have pushed it out, and then they would have dealt with it later. So this is good for them because they're stopping all the bad press they would have got. But it's still, no.
Yeah, no.
I think it's still going to have problems. That's all. But
it might, it's possible. But I guarantee you, there's going to be some seriously stringent testing in the next couple of weeks because they don't want. It's going to be like the Note 7 fiasco when it happened all over again when we released a better one, and it was still blowing up. Remember?
But I don't think this will be as bad because it won't explode. If the phone's just breaking, people will be mad. But it's not like it's not going to get banned on airplanes. And, you know what I mean? People will just be mad.
They want to have a second round of this kind of bad press because they've had a week and a half of nothing but bad press.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, wait a minute. Let me just interject real quick. Clarify bad press, George, because bad press was when you walk to the airport and there were people taking Instagram pictures of the sign telling you if you have a Note 7, you're not allowed on the plane.
Okay, but
that's bad press.
Also having every top reviewer on earth saying, well, the screen fails, the screen fails. That's bad press, man.
It's bad press, but it didn't get into the public's hands.
No, I was about to say but George, I think it's just
they were on the edge. They were on the edge of falling down again,
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I disagree with Will. I think they're going to do a much better job here. I just worried that they still want to beat Huawei, and that could make Will's prediction come true.
I think they're still trying to make that date. That's all. They still not the date they had, but they're going to try to.
And they have problems. It's all Will's fault.
Yeah. We'll see. I guess it'll be interesting. I don't know when it's coming out. It was supposed to be a month. I heard initially, but then he was saying June.
Well, let me. This is from Samsung's statement. To fully evaluate this feedback and run further internal tests, we have decided to delay the release of the Galaxy Fold. We plan to announce the release date in the coming weeks, whatever that means. Initial findings from the inspection of reported issues on the display showed that they could be associated with impact on the top and bottom exposed areas of the hinge. There was also inference where the substances found inside the device affected display performance. We will take measures to strengthen the display protection. We will also enhance the guidance on care and use of the display. So they're going to tell you, do not peel off this layer. But they're admitting, yes, stuff got underneath, and they're going to try to stop that. That seems to be the whole problem, though. I haven't heard of any other problem. Have you guys? No. Everybody says the hinge is pretty freaking awesome.
And the screen was having like the issues with some people's was turning off or whatever, one side. Yeah. So that was the stuff underneath the display too.
I agree. Yeah, because the bird guy said that when he first noticed the little bulge, the next day it got worse, and then it finally stopped working. So
Michael Fisher from he got a little bit of dirt under his, and he returned it. He got like a grain of dirt under there.
Exactly. And that's the whole problem, I think, and near as I can tell.
What you got to keep in mind is also this. Think about it. They had to have had some.
You just froze up on me.
Well, I'm sorry, George.
You froze up for a second.
Oh, they probably have a bunch already mass produced, made, ready to ship out. So what becomes of those?
They better trash those.
I don't know. Is that I didn't know if they're going to open up the box and fix the problem and put them back in.
I mean,
that's a lot of. See, they're taking a huge. You're taking a huge hit financially.
I don't know.
But you got to admit though too, Samsung's taking a huge financial hit if you're saying they're going to trash it and produce new ones that are going to be whatever the fix
I don't think
is.
they're throwing it away.
It's a matter of course. It's a matter of course. If they don't trash it and they have to open all those up and they do fix it properly, you know how much they have to pay their employees to get that done and how much overtime. I'm thinking it'd probably be cheaper to trash them and make new ones.
Right. Okay.
Because now you got to figure employee costs that you're paying them to get this job done. You know,
But all those units they got to throw away. Anybody determine how much this thing costs to make?
Somebody will, but I have no idea. Considering that it's 1980, with typical of Samsung and Apple, I would think it costs at least $800-900 to make. I would think.
Right. But you will see what I'm saying is that that what are they? Man, they must be burning in the midnight oil right now. To try and
exactly.
hold it down.
Do you want to trash them and lose that money, or do you want to pay the employees so much money to take the ones that are already there and fix them? My guess is paying the employees is going to cost you more than trashing them.
Right. Yeah. It's just a lot of money.
Yeah, you're going to take
a lot of money wise. Yeah, you're taking a huge hit. You're taking a huge hit.
But you're also talking about one of the biggest corporations on earth. You know. You're talking about the corporation in the world that built the tallest buildings on earth. You're talking about the largest shipbuilder in the world. I mean, they can cover it, no problem.
Bill Hustles, I like that. Bill, I thought of that phone. He said, want a mobile phone? Axon M is brand new at $175, unlocked on Amazon.
All the Z community has been talking about that all week long. You know, they've been saying, I'm not having any problem with my screen on the Axon M. You know, and they're right. You know.
Now, George, why do you think that wasn't popular? It was a folding phone. Nobody liked it when they did it.
Because the display itself didn't fold. You had two displays that folded with a hinge in the middle. That's a different.
But when you opened it up, didn't the two screens become one screen? You know what I mean?
No. They stayed separate the whole time.
So when you opened it,
you always saw a space in between. Yes, you saw.
Yeah, but I don't care about the space. I don't care about the space. But I'm saying if you were on your home screen and you opened it.
Yes,
you showed you like all your apps
across the entire thing, but it still had that space, so it wasn't the same technology. You know.
So it's just the technology that everybody likes because that phone folded.
Exactly. Yes. No, I agree with you. If I could have gotten the M, I would have got it too. But this is a different technology, and yes, that's what everybody likes. The fact that the display itself folds.
Gary Brown said it was two phones.
That's just it was like two phones together. But yeah, see, that's what I don't know. I guess that one didn't appeal to me, I guess, and this one don't either. I guess because it's just the reason that people like it is because it's folding, that's all. To me, I'm fine.
The M I would have gotten, but I didn't have the money to buy it at the time, and I was buying other phones. But yeah, I still think it's a cool.
George, $175, George, unlocked on Amazon. You can pick one up.
I wouldn't doubt that I end up getting one at some point.
Yeah, that's
knowing me. You know.
But
Mill Hustles makes the good point. I totally forgot about it. He said the scandal with ZTE definitely didn't help the Axon because the whole ZTE thing and the Huawei thing with the selling to Iran and to North Korea happened right after the Axon M came out.
It came out after a big event in New York City. Yeah, that didn't help. I mean, heck, the whole community shut down on Twitter and all. You know,
they almost shut down the company entirely.
Yeah.
So, but I agree with Mill Hustles. If it hadn't been for that, the Axon M may have done pretty well. You know.
Yeah,
I know from my own experience with ZTE and ZTE phones, they make good phones. You know.
Yeah, AT&T was they had it, but they never. When I would go in there, they never showed it to me. They never.
That was my other issue with it. Yeah, it was an AT&T phone. I'm a T-Mobile guy, and I don't do anything but T-Mobile. Period.
Yeah. Well, AT&T was pushing it because they were trying to push that direct TV where you could watch TV on the big screen, blah blah blah. But
it's funny that they never even showed it to you, though.
They never even offered to show me the phone. Like I would go in there and be looking around. They never would be like, "Here, look at the Axon." Nope.
That's interesting. You know.
They knew that thing was dead in the water.
Let me ask you guys.
Go over and kick them in the butt.
What now? You guys said it was an AT&T thing, but did they actually offer a unlock model?
Yeah, Mill Hustle says
No, I don't think they did they?
Yeah, Mill Hustle says AT&T has. Amazon has it unlocked for $175.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, but I don't know if
at
it's
the time there was only AT&T and no other choice.
Right. Okay, I thought it was.
I don't know.
That's the other thing that stopped me.
I don't know. I guess when I see crazy new designs like that, I don't even look at it twice because I already know it's going to be problems.
We need to be reversing ages.
Yeah, George, I'm saying because of problems with the apps and all that. As far as
I agree. Yeah, you never got all the developers on board with something like that. That's just never going to happen.
Yeah, it would have to be Samsung that does it. Samsung is going to be the one that'll make it. And then LG's got their dual screen sort of thing, right?
It's almost an X. It's another M. Is it not? Am I right in seeing it?
I don't remember seeing it. No.
It looks like
an attachment.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the separate screen. Yeah, that you put in.
Yeah, but it ain't like it isn't like
not a foldable
Samsung.
display.
Right. It's an Axon M, but just.
But I agree with Will. It's got to be Samsung or it's got to be a Huawei because who are the two biggest phone sellers in the world? Samsung, followed by Huawei.
Yeah, Samsung will have to be the one to do it. But it's
Plus,
not.
Next year, it may be Huawei followed by Samsung the way things are going. So we'll see.
I bet you LG will be giving that attachment away with the phone.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
Watch. Yeah. Yeah, but I think we covered all the Samsung stuff in the
article. Nigel's got a question for you, Will.
Waiting for the foldable iPhone. Nah, not really, Nigel, because I don't know, it just don't interest me. Like when I go out, I think I was telling Mike or George, I don't go out and say like I wish my phone was bigger right now. You know what I mean? Like, like I didn't even get the plus size iPhone because it's too big. Like I don't want something that big.
Yeah, and some people don't, and that's just a matter of a separate taste.
Yeah, well, I like Bill's comment. Yeah, iPhones are really expensive. Samsung, fold my beer.
Now, keep in mind, Nigel, Will is saying it doesn't appeal to him, but once it becomes an iPhone product, apple juice, you never know.
Yeah, listen, George. If I get it on iPhone, it'll be because Apple will do it right. They'll, it won't have. To me, listen, George, wait. To me,
qualifying already.
No, listen, Samsung compromised because they want to put it out. To have to put out something where you have to have that layer on the top so that the screen don't, you know what I mean? That's.
And you're right. And I agree with you. Apple will not do it until they do it right.
Why would you even put it out like that? Keep developing it. Just show it and be like, yeah, it's still coming. We're still working on it because we don't want to have this big bulge in the middle or, keep working on it. Don't put it out where, don't take that top layer off. You can't put a screen protector on it. You can't. This is too much. It's too many.
That's true.
I forget the word, but it's too many compromises with the screen.
You see, Nigel said I couldn't resist that. He's a troublemaker. Okay.
They said. What'd they say? The teardown. It was like when you get it, it's unfolded. But the first time you fold it, you see the crease. Like the crease just is the first time.
But they all said as soon as you start using it a little while, you just forget about it. Yes, it's still there. You just don't pay any attention to it.
Yeah, I can't do it.
It's as if there's a coolness factor once you start using it, and it may be.
I think what I think, George. All right, like we all like technology, but the average person, they might see it and be like, "Man, that looks nice," but I don't see them buying it. You know what I mean? I don't see like a regular.
It's going to have to grow on the public the same as smartphones did, I think.
But even at $60 a month, where you're not even paying all of it, I still can't see people be like, "Yeah, I'll buy it."
Come on, Will. My friend up the street's got one. I gotta get one. And look, AT&T's got a BOGO. Buy one, get one free. I'm gonna put my numbers over.
Making it, you can count on that.
Nah, not that.
No. If Apple starts making it, oh well, Mike's right. Oh, he's got one. She's got. Well, I gotta have one.
Well, I told you. But see, I don't. This is why I don't think Apple will do it.
It's going to make iMessage better for it.
No, I'm gonna tell you why I don't think they're gonna do it. Because all right, Samsung News, their tablets are pretty much dead. So
yes,
this is going to be like a replacement. They're going to be like, well, you don't have to buy a tablet now because Apple's not going to do that because they're like, we got the iPad Mini, the iPad, you know, what I mean? They have so many iPads. So if you want to have a bigger screen, get an iPad for $399. Why would you make a foldable phone to eat that?
You can't fold an iPad and put it into your pocket. That's what
George,
that's what people want. I don't know if that's true. You know.
George, you're already in the ecosystem because you have an iPhone. Then when you go to your iPad, you have the same experience, the same layout, the same apps.
You have to go home or to your office to get to your iPad. If you have iPad, you don't have to go nowhere.
If you get an iPad Mini, you can put it in a bag or in a little small. You know what I mean? They're not that big.
I don't want to carry a bag. I buy pants with 8 pockets, so I don't have to carry a freaking bag.
So you would pay double the price of a Galaxy S10 just to be able to fold it open?
No. But you remember, I won't even spend $1,000 on the phone so far. So.
It's not worth it. The iPad is $300, and then you can get an iPhone 8 for like a good time. You know what I mean?
Well, you winding up again. Ding ding, round 2.
I don't know.
No, I agree with you, Will. For the money, no. Not till that money comes down, I wouldn't be touching it.
But Apple won't kill. They're not going to kill their iPad market just to come out with a foldable phone. But Samsung,
I agree with you there.
Their tablet is dead.
I agree with you there. And it seems like Apple is interested in 5G right now, not foldables. You know.
Yeah. But see, and then Apple's like their price will be ridiculous. Their price it'll be like buying a laptop. Nah.
Yeah, it's only $4,000. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other reason why I could never buy that Samsung thing for 1980.
That's
or whatever.
Price.
That's great. Yeah. That's what I was telling you, George. It doesn't do nothing different. Like you're still using the same apps. To me, that's the problem that's the difference with Android and iPhone. You can get a phone on Android that's $200, and you're gonna have to. I think we'll all
be interested to see of these big bloggers and YouTubers who actually goes out and buy one. I guarantee you, at least half of them is going to. Is my guess.
I don't know. Maybe, yeah. You know, they can write it off.
They can afford it too, and I can't.
They can write it off though as business expense or whatever.
As a business, absolutely.
You know, I ain't got that luxury. And even if I did, I don't think I could do it. It's just not. I mean, I might mess with it for the 2 weeks and then take it back. But
if I could write it off, sure, I'd get one. You know.
Yeah.
But I won't write anything off because I'm cheating. I would only write something off because that's a legitimate business. I don't cheat on my taxes. So that's just me.
Yeah. I hear you.
I'm glad you don't, because I could imagine you would have say it to the world right here. I cheat on my taxes on YouTube.
If anybody wants to give me their Social Security number,
here's the way I look at things like cheating on your taxes. Can I get away with it with the government? Probably. Is God going to let me get away with it? No way. That's why I don't cheat on my taxes.
I understand that. Yes. I couldn't see you trying to cheat on your taxes. Just being a God-fearing man. And
are you kidding? I have a friend in Florida who does taxes for a living. That's all he does for years. And believe me, this man worships money and makes no bones about the fact that he worships money. He used to chew me out when he did my taxes because I wouldn't let him cheat. And, well, you can get away with it. I don't want to get away with it. He used to get mad at me, you know. Oh, and he's a native New Yorker, so yeah, I guess you have to expect that. Sorry, Serrato.
I don't know nothing about that, George. I won't even say nothing. Nothing about no taxes. I wish I could get away with it. Let's see, what else do we got? We could do the LG. We could do LG, I guess. I'll go to the LG article.
All right.
LG's gonna stop.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike wants to do it.
I'll read this one.
Mike, go ahead. I know this is your.
Well, you know, take a few hits of your apple juice, okay?
I got water.
You got water? Oh, come on, man! You're letting me down.
There you go.
thin yourself out, man. You're thinning out.
Mhm.
Anyway, LG reported to stop production of smartphones in its home country of South Korea. Now, what does that say right there? What does that say? You would think you would keep your production in your own country.
Didn't say
Anyway,
they were going to stop selling them, though.
no. Well, wait a minute. As the article goes on, quarter after quarter, LG continues to lose money on its smartphone division. The company tried to shake things up, such as moving away from being committed to releasing new phone every year, but looks like things still aren't working. According to reports from Reuters, citing Yan Yap news agency, LG is planning to stop production of smartphones in its manufacturing plant in South Korea and move the work over to the existing one in Vietnam. Which, that's what I see most of the time. There's stuff coming from anyway. At least when you take the backs of some of these phones off, it says Vietnam. At least the ones I've seen. Citing it as an unidentified source, Yan Yap reported that LG's decided to move its local handset production to Vietnam to turn around the money-losing smartphone division. LG's mobile business in the red for several quarters and intensifying price competition in the global global TV market likely weighed on its first quarter earnings, as analysts have said. So I know their TVs are always done great, but in their phones they just haven't. It goes on to talk about the addition. It has plants at Vietnam, and it has facilities in China, Brazil, and India. But the last comment, I don't know if you guys caught this. LG's yet to commit on this news, and while it likely doesn't mean that LG is pulling out of the smartphone business anytime in the immediate future, it still isn't a good sign. What the future holds. I was going to say folds.
A wise guy.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird to think about the future without LG smartphones, but at some point down the road, this could be a reality we're facing. And just like HTC, we really haven't heard boo from them. I mean,
well, see, that's what I said to Will before we started. I think HTC will be out of business before anybody else, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were out of business this year.
Yeah, well, they released their last phone the week I was away, so it was like the week last year in May. Right. I was on vacation with the family, so they just came. I mean, I didn't even know what was coming out. I just boom! All of a sudden, I'm seeing things pop up.
They didn't have any real fanfare. Yeah.
No, they only had a few people from the tech community show up at, I forget what location. I don't know if they were in Taiwan.
I forgot where they were.
Yeah, well, they're from Taiwan originally. The company's based out of Taiwan.
Right.
So yeah, they're not. LG is not doing great. And I had another. I didn't share with you guys. It just talks about what happened to their commitment. Again, I know I'm talking about updates.
But, here we go again. Yeah.
But wait a minute. But did they commit to like a year? Did they have like an update center they were having or something?
Yeah, and they weren't going to stick to this yearly release. They were just going to release when they had a new, and they blew that promise right away.
They blew that within months of announcing it because they came out
Exactly. But
your thing, Mike, you're talking about, they said they're going to do 2-year warranty. Remember? They were
they were actually packaging. They were packaging the stuff, saying we got you. We got you for the second year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. My V30 came with that. Yeah.
As long as you registered, you got a 2-year warranty. Then they were saying that they're going to do updates, and they had like an update. I don't know if it was a website where you went and they would show you the progress as the update was coming to your phone. Yeah, they had they talked a lot.
That came and went.
Right. Yeah. And what's going on here? They can't. I can't believe. Their own country, they wouldn't even make their own phones. You know what I mean? And they're big supporters there.
Yeah.
You know, if it's
it
really
just
well, so
says,
Samsung or LG, it's one or the other.
yeah,
You know,
but it
you know what I
just
mean?
says that it's just a heck of a lot cheaper to make phones in Vietnam, obviously.
Yeah, I get that, but I don't know. Just
That's what it is. It's cheaper. They're saving
Yeah,
money.
a whole lot cheaper, I would think. You know, Mill Hustle says, I say Kyocera will be first. Yeah, I don't put Kyocera on the same level with LG though. You know, yeah, they make tough phones. I'll give them that. You know,
so I just I saw that. I think that's the one I found. I found that.
Nigel is asking how many is in the live stream because it's not
I think
showing
I
up
got
right
12.
now. It's saying there's 13.
I got 14 over here.
Okay, hey, we're just bidding it up. I like this.
Yeah.
Nokia, right? Nokia updates. I'm answering Gary Brown. I think Nokia updates good. He said besides OnePlus and the
Oh
Pixel.
yeah. Nokia does
Nokia
really a great
updates well
job.
because almost all their phones are Android One, including this one, Nokia 9 PureView. Yeah.
Hey,
So with Android One, you're going to get updates, so you can count on it. You know.
Yeah. But,
Oh,
yeah, too bad for LG. I don't know.
I think I'm thinking LG will hang on for a while, and they're like, you know, they're not as big as Samsung, but they have a lot of other divisions that can support their mobile failing business. Whereas I don't see HTC is not in that position, so I think
they don't have
everybody
nothing to fall back on. And
Exactly.
same thing with Sony. Sony's phone division isn't doing. I don't think it's doing.
Yeah, no, they've been doing badly for a while, and there've been a number of articles saying that Sony is willing to support their mobile with their other divisions. Well, yeah, that's easy for Sony to do, just like Samsung.
So
LG riding the wave of that G8, I guess.
Oh, Mill liked my case on the PureView. Well, thank you, Mill. Yeah, that is a cool case. I like it.
Yeah.
So
that means George is on the case. Okay.
Well, I want to hear. Well, I want to go. The next story I want to hear is I want to hear George's take on that fingerprint sensor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that. All right. My take. Okay, the next story. Come on. Okay. Investigation underway. Nokia 9 PureView updates enable a faster fingerprint sensor that can be easily fooled. Now, this came out last week. A lot of you probably saw my video. I said, well, you know, hooray, my fingerprint sensor actually works for a change. And I don't know if you can see this. Let's see. Let me get myself back on screen where I can see what I'm doing. Okay, here it is. Now, see, first time it didn't work. Of course, it's not going to work now. Okay, forget it. Anyway, it's a lot better than it was.
See?
Of course, it's not working at all now.
Yeah,
okay, well, anyway, it is a lot better than it was. And I showed that in my video. But the story that came out is that somehow you can take a pack of gum, stick it on that fingerprint sensor, and it'll unlock your phone. Also, right after you do that, somebody has a video where somebody else's finger can unlock the phone right away too, doing it behind that package of gum. It's the foil on the pack of gum that seems to be able to unlock the phone. Now, yeah, it's concerning if I ever let my phone get in somebody else's hands and they're gonna have a pack of gum. Well, probably not. And
their name
a pack of gum on my phone, I'm probably gonna put you on the floor anyway, so you're not gonna be able to unlock it then either.
George, the guy named MacGyver doing that.
The freaking fingerprint sensor works. That's all I care about at the moment. So when it came out, somebody put it on Twitter, and all I said was, "Oh well." You know?
Yeah,
so what do you guys think about
George, you say, oh well, but we were talking about this last week, I think, with OnePlus.
Right.
When they do this, we're going to improve it with a software update. They're just making it less secure. It's not really.
But that's what we think, yeah. And there are other bigger, big guys who agree with you,
Yeah, but
we think that's probably what they're going to do.
Yeah, because how would you even? All right, the technology's already in the phone, so it's what I mean. It's not like you can replace the actual sensor.
No, I think you have a point. They need to figure out this gum wrapper thing. But other than that, I'm just happy I can unlock my phone with my fingerprint most of the time now, where it used to be 15 times in a row it wouldn't unlock. So sure, I'm happier than I used to be, but no, do I like the fact that somebody can stick a gum wrapper on it and unlock it? No, but I'll take what I've got compared to what I had. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. That's, I don't know. I just thought it was funny, and there hasn't been no update to the article, so I guess maybe
No. The only update has been that, to Nokia's credit, they actually opened an investigation within the company to try to figure it out. But they did send it to the guy who made the video with the gum wrapper. They said, "Hi, Martin. Thanks for getting in touch. The case is currently being investigated, and we will let you know as soon as we have more to share." Now, what I give them credit for, they put that out on Twitter publicly, and that says, I think it says they're serious about fixing it. How they're going to fix it, I have no clue.
They're gonna roll it back to where it wasn't working.
Wait a minute.
I'm not going to be happy about that. You can count on that.
They're going to see if you're a chewing gum person.
I'm not a chewing gum person.
Oh, God.
My chewing gum loses its flavor on the bedpost overnight. I know you got to be old to know that song. Sorry,
George.
Yeah.
Bill Hustle said, "How's your LTE on the PureView?"
Oh, the LTE is perfect. It's perfect.
And is anyone picking up the Mi Mix 3?
No.
George, you would be.
Was there a release today for Xiaomi? Did I see?
Was there one?
I thought there
Is that what
was.
came out today? I've been kind of berating myself because I like Xiaomi phones, at least the two that I have, and I should pick up another Xiaomi phone at some point. I don't know.
Donovan did that review on that Redmi Note 7.
Yeah.
And that price is right for that phone. That's a nice looking, nice.
And the whole Redmi line is very popular in other parts of the world, especially in India.
Yeah, so.
Rishi's in here, cool.
How do you spell Xiaomi? I'm gonna look to see.
Xiaomi. Xiaomi. I write it all the time. So.
Yeah. Everybody, George has a new article up, right, George?
Sunday, yeah.
Okay. Well, you can plug
I tend to get my articles. That was the one about. I hope the whole folding thing is over.
Yeah. What was it? WordPress. WordPress.
MobileGeek.wordpress.com.
There you go.
But yeah, the way things are right now, probably Sunday I'll be writing an updated article to that about the fold.
They released a new phone with the 730 processor in India.
In India, and they released a lot of phones in India that don't get released here. Now you can import them here, and you can often find them on Amazon.
Upcoming new smartphone with the latest Snapdragon 700 chipset on board. It's likely that the phone could be the Mi A3.
Okay, that's the Snapdragon 710 or 730?
No, 730. They're saying
730. Okay,
730. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and that whole 7 line is for the mid-range phones, and they keep making them better and better and better as far as the processors. So.
Any word on the? Anybody see any leaks on the Mi A2? Update like an A3 for the Android one. That's a neat phone.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, I have the Mi A1 and the Mi A2. Love both phones. So yeah, the Mi A3 is probably will be the next Xiaomi phone I would get. I would.
Yeah,
think.
but any word
yet? OnePlus has me thinking about the next one already.
That came out like in June or July, so
right.
It's still early.
Yeah, and OnePlus. I always get the OnePlus 6T in November, but now OnePlus Pro, but they got me seriously thinking about that. With the pop, and I want a pop-up phone anyway because I haven't tried one yet. Yes, see, it's the cool factor, Will. I know.
I'm not saying nothing.
Your laugh said it all, brother.
I'm sorry. When you said pop-up, all I thought was like a chicken with the little thing popping up when it's done, when it's cooked. I'm sorry. He just went, dude, right there.
I guess I have to accept the fact that you're just as Jersey guys as I am.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey, Adam's here. Hey, bro, how you doing?
Hey, Adam.
Ew.
I don't know, Adam.
So
Adam's been live streaming so much. I'm sorry. I'm surprised he has time for anything. He's been popping up left and right.
Him and I did a live stream on Tuesday.
Yeah,
And I haven't had time to watch one of them yet.
Yeah, I peppered him with a bunch of questions about Star Trek because that last show had me going like, well, wait a minute, where's this? What happened here? Well, so
yeah, I haven't seen this season at all, so I don't know.
You gotta find a way. You gotta find a way.
I'm too cheap.
He said Adam says he's good, but cooking dinner, so my hands are messy.
Ah, okay.
All right.
That sounds like a perfect time to use the LG G8 hand
There you
gesture.
go.
No. He's got a 7. He's got a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, he needs to upgrade to the G8 so he can do them hand
Adam, you can click all you want. You don't have to touch your phone. You just wave at the phone. Yeah.
And then drop tomato sauce on it.
What on it?
And drop tomato sauce on it.
There you go.
Oh, okay. I will say this. I wanted to share this talking about the G7 and Adam.
And Rishi just subbed to you, Adam.
Okay, cool.
That's nice.
I had called Adam at the last minute leaving work today, and then I believe we're not talking about the end game. And my coworker wanted to know what was. Matter of fact, Kevin wanted to know how was the show, because I told him that he went to see it. So I called him. I put him on speaker. He was using the speaker on his phone, no earpiece, no external Bluetooth device. It sounded like he had one. I had messaged him asking him, were you using Bluetooth, their hands free, or was that directly off the phone? He said, speaker on my phone. He closed the car door windows to knock down the noise, because he had his windows open. But I'm telling you, it sounded like just like a regular phone call, just on a speaker. It was really clear.
Doesn't that have the entire display as the speaker? Or am I?
No, not the G7. The G7 is the one that has like the inside is like a resonance chamber or something.
Oh, the resonance chamber. Okay, so that's probably what made it so good. No, I'm thinking.
Well, no, that should make Mike sound good to Adam, but not the other way. LG just got good.
I don't know. Speakers. Yeah, I just the conversation was in both directions. Hearing him and speaking to him was.
So still says LG is just really good with sound. Period. That's what it says to me.
Yeah. So boom sound, is that what they call it? Yeah, that's that's
boom sound. Yeah.
That's what he came out with last year.
Boom shakalaka. Sorry. I had a Sly and the Family Stone flashback.
Is that what that song's from?
Yes.
The only one I know because it was Bill Murray in it from. I
used to sing that song in a band many years ago.
Oh, no way.
Yes, I did.
I know you were in a band, but boy, you covered a lot of songs.
The name of that song was "Wanna Take You High." The name of the song was "Higher," and it was "I wanna take you higher." And at the end of the chorus, would boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka.
Oh, now I gotta go find it and listen to it now. Okay,
it's a great song. But the one time I went to see Sly in person in Jersey City, he showed up 2 hours late, because he was such a drug addict, and his whole family, his sister and brother in the group, they were pissed. But we all stayed anyway.
I like Will just says our streams include free concerts. So
there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Munchie wants a Hotel California.
Oh, and by the way, that's the only song in all the almost 50 years I played in bands where I actually played 2 saxophones at the same time, because I mimicked what the trumpet and sax did in their band, and I found that I could blow both saxes at once and get the same harmonic notes out as they did. So I never did that before or since.
Wow. So
Munchie's in here. The professor's here.
Yeah, I know.
Now we're being graded.
Drug addicts are in Jersey City.
Ooh. Rishi gonna kick your butt.
I told you George is your boss. Okay.
Oh, I'm boss. Okay.
Yeah. That's what Munchie's saying here.
But I'm not the boss. There's only one the boss in Jersey.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So,
Where we going?
Yeah, I was going to say the next one you got down here is on the Galaxy Fold, but we murdered that one.
Yeah, we already covered that. Yeah,
I'll cover the Google thing. Google Fit. If anybody wants to use Google Fit that has an iPhone, I guess
I'll be downloading that by tomorrow. You can count on it.
Yeah, Google Fit is on. Now it's on iPhone, and from what I heard, so I've seen a couple people say that it doesn't keep up as good as, I guess, the regular Apple Health thing with the steps and all that. But maybe they'll put an update out. But they said it syncs with your with the Health app on iPhone, Nike Run Club, the Sleep Cycle.
That surprised me.
So yeah, I'm surprised it syncs with all that. But I don't know why Google would do this. But hey, Google. They share everything.
And normally,
we know what you think of them anyway.
They share everything, so they keep sharing.
Well, wait a minute. Normally, the iOS app is normally better than the Android app,
and that's why I'm still pairing my Apple Watch. Nothing comes close as accurate as this.
But Mike, just think about it. Now you can put the Google app, and it uses the Apple Watch to put the stats on your Google Fit. So really, Google's just letting you use their app, and Apple is letting them get the data from
it's kind of like a pass-through.
Yeah, so it's I don't know why Google is doing it, but I don't know. Somebody said maybe Google is gonna, maybe they're doing this so when they release their watch, that
it could be, I've always loved Google Fit until I got my Apple Watch, and then I fell in love with that. So.
Yeah, Google shares everything. Google shares everything.
Just wants your data.
Now wait, where's that thing, Mike? Oh my gosh, George! I think we talked about it before. I think I was telling Mike. I looked up there was an article about the data, and they were showing you like the amount that Apple stores and the amount that Google has, and then the amount that Facebook has. It was ridiculous. I think they said it takes like a week for Apple to give you your data. Like for them to send you that thing, and I think it takes Facebook and Google like a couple of hours, but the amount of data is crazy that they do.
The amount of data that Facebook and Google probably
Facebook. Oh my gosh, but Facebook is crazy how much data they got.
I know. I trust Google. I do not trust Facebook, but Facebook is what it is, and I'm still on Facebook. So
Google is against all those who organized that walkout for that Me Too thing.
Really? Well, let's read that out loud.
But no, I'm reading.
He heard that Google is retaliating against those who organized that walkout for the Me Too thing. Really?
Yes.
Now, that's interesting because that would be really bad press for Google to be retaliating against their own employees. That wow.
If that gets out.
Yeah, if that gets out, that's bad press.
What else we got? We got this one here, George. This one.
Nigel said he's using his Galaxy Buds with his iPad Pro. Good for you, Nigel. So it's not Huawei, and he's still using it. Good for you, Nigel.
Can I read something here? I wasn't part of the. Apparently, this just dropped. Okay. Google bans developer with 500 million app downloads from the Play Store. DO Global Apps were involved in an ad fraud scheme. Google has banned a major Android developer, DO Global, and removed its app from the Play Store after it was discovered that the company committed ad fraud. Nearly half of the developers' more than 100 apps have already been removed from Google App Marketplace, and is expected the rest will disappear in the coming days, according to BuzzFeed. Apps published by DO Global, which is partly owned by a massive Chinese tech firm, Baidu, have racked up more than 600 downloads from the Play Store. 600 million downloads from the Play Store. While DO Global isn't the first app developer to get banned from Google's marketplace, it is one of the biggest in the In addition to having its apps removed from the platform, DO Global also appeared to have given the boot from Google's AdMob network. Has been given the boot from that, and that would mean the company is no longer allowed to market its products through Google massive mobile advertising service.
Okay.
Google's removal of DO Global comes after a BuzzFeed report that found that at least 6 of the company's apps, including code that made it seem as though users was clicking on advertisements even when they weren't using the apps.
When they went, wow.
Yes, and I got something on that too. The apps in the question are generic names like selfie camera and total cleaner, and seems to intentionally obscure the fact that they were owned by DO Global, which violates Play Store policy.
Good.
Now this goes to a click farm. I saw another article talking about this is like a click farm kind of mentality where they actually have somehow in this case they're making it like they're people are viewing. I guess the company gets a kickback for everybody who lays eyes on a Google
anything
ad.
gets clicked through, of course. Yeah.
Right. So
So they're saying even when the app isn't open, they're making it look like people are clicking on it.
Right.
I could see where they get banned for that.
Yeah. So it's interesting, and it's also interesting that too is that there's still algorithms, and they're still looking at other things that go along with essentially selling your data. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're probably getting a kickback for that. This click is also giving Google, okay, let's go and send ads to this magical person who's not really a real person.
Right.
So I just saw the professor's talking.
Okay.
Of course, Munchie knows who company is right away. Fake clicks. He's down on his stuff. They were missing user access for fake ad clicks. Yeah. So.
Okay.
But I mean, has anybody heard that Google did such a thing like this to? They've been always saying we're going to protect we're going to protect you. I mean,
they should have banned them in this case. I mean, they had every reason to ban. Yeah.
Right. So
I don't see where Google did anything wrong here.
No. I'm saying is usually that you don't see Google take such action. You never hear this. Normally, I say personally, I see and hear more of the Apple side of things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think you occasionally hear that Google does something like just because somebody on Twitter says, well, Google did this to me and Google did that to me. But to somebody this big with 600 million downloads? No, but they certainly asked for it, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm just said Google is losing money here too.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. As soon as you said it, I'm like, yeah, Google must be losing money.
Mm-hmm. So I just sent you the link anyway, just in the Hangouts.
So. Okay, George, we're gonna veer all the way to the article that Rishi talked about. I found it right here. Remember you said it's bad press? Well, it's bad press because it's on NBC News. 2 Google employees who've been actively criticizing the company's management over the treatment of women in the workplace are accusing the tech giant of retaliating against them. A person familiar with the accusation said Monday. The alleged retaliation, which Google denies took place, follows a worldwide walkout by employees in November to protest the company's payment of tens of millions of dollars in exit packages to executives accused of sexual misconduct.
Right.
Federal law generally prohibits employers from retaliating against employees who complain about harassment and other forms of discrimination. At the time of the walkout, Google's CEO Sundar Pichai said he supported the protest, reassuring employees that they would have the support they needed if they wished to participate. 2 of the walkout's organizers, Claire Stapleton a marketing manager at YouTube, and Meredith Whitaker, an artificial intelligence researcher, are telling fellow employees that Google hasn't followed through with that promise. On Monday, Whitaker said in a message posted to internal Google mailing lists that she was told this month that her role would be changed dramatically. She said she was told that she would have to abandon her work on artificial intelligence ethics and at a center she co-founded at New York University. Stapleton said in the message that Google had demoted her and instructed her to take medical leave even though she wasn't sick. She hired a lawyer, and the company ultimately reversed the demotion after an investigation. A person familiar with the accusations, a person familiar with the accusations who spoke on the condition of anonymity confirmed the contents. Confirmed the contents of the internal company message. Whitaker and Stapleton are planning a town hall meeting on Friday, I guess that was today, for employees to share stories and strategize. Google denied any retaliation took place, and they issued their statement. We prohibit retaliation in the workplace and investigate all accusations. Employees and teams are regularly and commonly given new assignments or reorganized to keep pace with evolving business needs. There has been no retaliation here. Oh, they got caught.
Yeah, exactly.
They got caught, that's all. I'm sure this is going to be a mess.
As much as I tend to trust Google, this is the typical corporate behavior in America.
Google is digital Satan. Mill Hustle said Google is digital Satan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Google is a hot mess. All of them are
just need to choose the lesser evil.
The evil, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. This is typical corporate policy, and this is how corporations act in America.
Since it's Google, this is going to blow up and be a big thing.
Oh yeah,
because it's
as
Google,
it should, I think, don't you?
Yeah. They gonna have her try to make her leave her job. Google is crazy.
I mean, somewhere along the line, if it's typical corporate behavior, somebody will make this woman miserable enough to make her leave.
Yeah, to make her quit.
More than likely, you know.
Well, she's hanging in there for now, but I'm sure when she leaves, she'll get a nice check.
Yeah, good for her.
I'm sure she'll get paid nice when she leaves.
Yeah, but all of this goes back to Andy Rubin.
Yeah.
Saying the culture hasn't
what happened to Essential? What happened to them? I haven't heard nothing.
Essential. Who's Essential?
Who? Yeah, what's Essential?
Yeah.
Can't be Essential. It's gone.
Remember like last year they were saying that the Essential Phone 2 might still be coming out.
Yeah, good luck with that.
They were working on new products, but they're still updating the phone.
And I wrote in one of my articles, I don't think Essential is going to have any success until Andy Rubin is out of the company. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but they still update their phone though.
Yeah, gotta give them credit.
Phone better than Samsung and everybody else.
Yeah, Mill Hustles is making a point. Big corporations has always been like this. The differences employees are talking, and he's right. I've worked for Citibank, AT&T, Payne Weber. This is typical corporate behavior. The funny thing is, if I go back to my career, the one who had the least amount of this kind of crap was Payne Weber. Don't know why, but you didn't hear about this stuff at Payne Weber. Don't know why. You know.
Munchie says that Essential is working on a voice control phone. They've been working on
that. They said that months. What they said that 4 months ago, 3 months ago. You know.
Now I guess we pretty much covered. We almost covered everything. I got a question for you, George.
Go ahead.
What do you think? I don't know. I haven't been really keeping up. OnePlus is supposed to come out with their new phone. Yeah. Do you think the screen is going to have an upgrade? And do you think are they having wireless charging or?
Wait. Oh, so what was your first one's going to have an upgrade?
Do you think that they upgraded the screen? And do you think there's wireless charging?
I saw an article yesterday or the day before that supposedly that they're talking about a quad. I think the Pro is supposed to. Yeah. Jay Will put out something listing on Twitter, I think it was, or Instagram, one or the other. But he listed the specs of both the OnePlus 7 and the OnePlus 7 Pro. And the OnePlus 7 is supposed to have a 1080p. No, what's the word?
1440.
The 1440
quad eight,
right,
quad?
and the Pro is supposed to have the quad display. So yes, that's supposedly what's going to be. And the 7, I think, is supposed to cost $699, and the Pro is supposed to cost $799. And this is where I said they are tempting me because I usually wait for the T version, but I don't know about this year. We'll see. You know.
Yeah. See what Munchie's saying? See what Munchie's saying?
No.
Samsung panels, which I've heard too. Pop-up camera on the 7 Pro. I thought the pop-up camera was on all of them.
No, it's just on the Pro.
And 90 hertz refresh. So yeah, that screen will be
That's
sweet.
right. Yeah, that's going to be one fast phone. Yep.
But the price, wow, they really stepped it up. Now they're really competing with Samsung and everybody.
Yeah, they're up there with the big boys now.
If I'm correct, and Mr. Ultra Tech himself, Rishi, is going to be there. I believe he got tickets.
Yes, he got tickets. Yes. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, boy, I wish I was up there that week.
Yeah,
I'd be going.
You can't even stream from the thing now.
No.
Stream from what?
Google being anti-creator.
Yeah, because he doesn't have 1,000 subs.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's a shame. All you do is shoot video and take it home.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, that's the rule. I mean, that's they didn't make these rules for him. It's just, you know.
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother thing, but whatever. That sucks.
He says he sold the phone, but signed a disclosure. Wow.
Okay, good for him.
Yeah, he was saying a couple of weeks ago.
No, he's just kidding. Oh, don't do that, man. Don't do that.
I was taking him seriously, man. I was just saying, yeah, Rishi's getting up in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
go. All right, Rishi, you can tell us anything. Okay.
You can stream on Instagram. There you go. Munchie comes through.
Oh yeah. Or that's right. Or the Twitter one, Periscope.
Yeah, you could stream on Instagram, Rishi, or Periscope, but I would stream on Instagram at this point.
I don't know if he's serious or playing or what, but I know a couple of weeks ago he was saying he was doing something with OnePlus.
Well, if that's true, then Rishi's going to have 1,000 subs pretty soon. I would think, maybe before that event. You know.
He said he didn't want to ask questions.
Rishi, we know where you live. We'll find you. Jersey City's always so big.
I'm from Hudson County too, Rich. Yeah, I'll find a way to find you. I know people.
Who wants to take this last one? I think we got one more with the smartphone sale. Oh, we got two more smartphone sales, and then the 5G settlement.
Mike, you want to take the next one?
Mike, you can take 5G one. Sales. Right. Yeah, that's my favorite.
All right, I'll take the other one. Okay. iPhone XR continues to dominate U.S. smartphones, says CIRP. It turns out CIRP is Consumer Intelligence Research Partners. So the latest data says that the iPhone XR continues to dominate U.S. smartphone sales. The iPhone XR is the best-selling model for the second quarter running. The news follows Cantor data showing that the iPhone XR was also the best-selling smartphone in the UK. So far as the breakdown across iPhone models is concerned, the iPhone XS Max continues to outsell the smaller model. It seems those who want the flagship iPhone have been drawn to the larger screen size, while those content with a smaller screen, like me, oh, here it is. Like me, sorry, iPhone, have been more likely to opt for the cheaper iPhone XR. The success of the XR does represent bad news for Apple in one respect, the impact on average selling price, which means the average selling price has been, I'm not going to read the whole next paragraph, but the average selling price because of the XR has pulled it down to around 800 across iPhone models. CIRP's U.S. smartphone sales report for the previous quarter found that higher storage tiers were helping boost average sales price, but the effect is now being offset by the lower price of the XR. Services revenue is very healthy. Half of U.S. iPhone buyers have paid for iCloud storage tiers, which I did for the first time yesterday. and AppleCare is not popular at all. So that's basically the gist of the article. So the 10R is still a very, very popular phone, and in my opinion, for very good reason. So
Yeah.
that's one time Will made me suck up all the apple juice, and he was right. Okay.
Oh man.
So now what am I sitting here with? I'm sitting here with an iPhone, with AirPods in my ears, wearing an Apple Watch with a
That's
MacBook
right,
sitting
George.
right next to me. This is all
George.
Will's fault.
George, don't worry. When you get the update, when they all come to all your things, you'll love it.
That's true. I already have an update on my MacBook Air.
I'm talking about September when the update comes and you're up to
and that's what I got to give you. All right. So anyway, so the sales are doing extremely well.
Hey George, your recent video, I think you just dropped a few hours ago. All that's off the MacBook?
No, I spent 6 hours or so yesterday. That would have been my very first video on the MacBook. I still have stuff to learn, obviously, on the Mac. I could not get it to do what I wanted it to do. And I think part of it had to do with iCloud storage space, because everything that I filmed, and I did 4K on all 4 films, but everything on the iPhone automatically went to the MacBook. Well, next thing I know, I'm out of iCloud storage space, so I had to go buy some yesterday. So I just subscribed to the lowest level, which is $1 a month, but that should be enough for me to do my editing. So I will try it again probably in a few days when I go do another 4K, because I bought that for 4K video editing.
Will, he took the dive for the 99-cent deal.
That's true.
The 99-cent deal.
That's
I got
right.
We're all on it. We're all on it.
When I tell you I'm cheap, I'm not just kidding. Okay.
No, I got it. I did it like almost immediately. Yeah. And I know Will told me about it. So
as soon as I found out my editing was hampered, well, yeah, I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Will.
George, Munchie said you need a magic mouse and a trackpad.
I don't need a magic mouse and a trackpad. Now, Munchie, if you want to send me one, I will give you my address. Okay, that's not a problem.
Let me see. George Nigel said, "Is the S10e better than the iPhone XR in your opinion?"
That's a good question.
For
this
me,
will all be good.
Slightly, yes, but I'm very prejudiced in favor of Galaxy, so I may not be the person to ask. But for me, I would give the edge of the two phones to the S10e, and I carry both of those phones with me every day.
Well, you're talking like this much, George. Like
yeah, I'm talking that much.
Yeah,
that much. Yeah, it's close. And in my video that I just put up a couple of hours ago, the prettier, the one that came off the worst was the Nokia 9. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to start going to some manual mode for that thing, which it has a lot of it. But the S10e, I think, had the prettier of the video, but the most natural colors was by far, in my opinion, the iPhone XR. So depends on what you like. I have always liked that punchiness that Samsung adds to everything. But if you like natural, I would go for the iPhone as far as video goes.
Will, what are you posting out there? What are you sharing out there? What's this?
New credit check for Sprint. No credit check. I think that merger is dead, George.
I think so too.
Yeah, what's the
Sprint's trying to get customers now.
Yeah, Mill Hustle saying regulators are highly doubtful the Sprint T-Mobile merger will happen. Did you all cover? Yeah, we talked about that last week, Mill. Yeah. And yeah, it looks like it's just not going to happen. So I think I said all along, I think if this merger doesn't happen, Sprint is going to be out of business. I don't know when it's going to be, this year, next year, but I think without this merger, they're going to be gone.
Mike,
what's up?
There's a question in the room for you.
Oh, yeah, there's a question for you.
Go to the internet and ask her out for a date.
Yeah, you don't want to ask me. Because I used to have that reputation, and I always tell people you don't want to be like I used to be. So don't ask me.
Hey, Pritch. Oh God.
Oh man. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Oh, and Nigel, I think he said way back, and I missed it, that he was going to get the 6T, which I agree with. At least I thought that's what he did. Anybody see Nigel make that comment?
No, but why don't you just wait a little longer and get the 7?
He said he was returning his P30, and he was either
No, he already returned his P30.
Oh, okay.
So now he's debating whether he wants to get the Mate 20 again or get the 6T. I said I thought you should get the 6T to get something that different, and I think it's a great phone. I have it right back there.
So
yeah,
talk
you're
about
on
carriers.
The last story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what it says. I was just looking at the Sprint thing. It says you either have to bring your own phone or buy your phone outright for Sprint to have the no credit check.
Oh, really? After what I went through, those SOBs.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They tortured you to death, didn't they?
Oh my God, that was one of the things I had to do. They had to do a credit check. I said, all I'm doing is bringing a line of service. I don't want to buy a phone.
They checked your credit when you were, wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we know your track record with Sprint is they hate your guts, and it shows.
Yeah. Yeah, really. Oh, my God. But it was a free year. I mean, after that initial, all that stuff, I have to say that. From the time everything settled to the very last day, no problem. Always the same amount. Always, because I had to pay tax. I had to pay tax.
I had Sprint for 11 years and never had a problem. But when I started doing this because of GSM phones, I had to go to T-Mobile, and I love T-Mobile.
Right, and that's what I was. As a matter of fact, we were talking about. It's okay, and at $25 is tempting, but it is a pain. It's such a pain to move a SIM over, and then as it is, it limits your phones that you could use.
That's ridiculous.
It is.
Yeah,
it's such a pain. So,
I thought it would be better for Sprint, but that merger don't happen. I guess people are stuck.
No, and think about it. They were making plans. They were both sides were making plans.
That's
like laying off people.
That's right.
And closing facilities over at wherever they're in Kansas, and then moving people to Seattle area or Washington State.
Yeah, because Kansas is Sprint's headquarters.
Yeah.
But yeah, what we should do is start some kind of wager on who's going to be out of business first, LG or Sprint.
Yeah. Yeah, really. And what we hit the next story? Things we're talking about Sprint. And in other Sprint news, Sprint and AT&T reach a settlement over misleading 5G logo, but nothing will change. So earlier this year, Sprint sued AT&T over its blatantly misleading 5G network. Now the two carriers have settled a lawsuit, but AT&T will continue advertising and displaying the controversial 5G branding, like what Will has. Anyway, the Dallas business. What's that?
I said, don't hate on my 5G.
No, we'll leave that to you.
Yeah. The Dallas Business Journal was first to report that AT&T and Sprint had settled their dispute. AT&T has since officially confirmed the agreement in the statement, saying that the two amicably settled this matter, and Sprint also confirmed the settlement. So, what's
the rumor is?
Yeah,
Sprint, I read somewhere. The rumor is that Sprint, that AT&T gave Sprint a whole lot of money, and that was the end of that.
Mm-hmm.
So they got shut up money.
Yeah, exactly. Hush money.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sprint just wanted to make some money.
Yeah, I just was going to say they did.
Yeah, they accomplished their goal. They'll keep them in business another month or so.
Yeah. I was just going to suggest that.
It's in the bill.
Yeah, the specifics of the deal were unclear. The Dallas Business Journal report cites the person familiar with the matter said that AT&T will continue to use the 5G evolution, marketing, and branding. If that's indeed true, it's possible AT&T paid Sprint a lump sum to settle the lawsuit, or that Sprint essentially dropped the lawsuit altogether. So either they got money or they spent a whole lot of money for lawyers and they walked away from it.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
amazing. It's amazing. I see here in this article they show that they took a full page ad out.
Yep.
Wow.
In
the New York Times?
In the New York Times, yep.
Sprint first hit AT&T with the lawsuit back in February, with the carrier's CTO alleging that the 5G branding was blatantly misleading consumers. Yep. Sprint argued that AT&T was damaging the reputation of the 5G as other carriers to roll out a legitimate earlier entry into 5G network space. Sprint also slammed AT&T with a full-page ad in the New York Times a few weeks ago.
But the next paragraph says it all, doesn't it?
The AT&T defended itself by saying that 5G evolution is meant to simply let customers know when their device is in an area where speeds up to twice as fast as standard LTE are available.
Translation: there is no 5G, but when it's there, we're just letting you know it's there. But we're advertising years earlier.
Yeah, I can't read anymore. I'm getting sick.
This is just something for them. For Sprint tried to get some good press. Nobody.
No, Sprint tried to get some good money, and they did.
Yeah, they don't. I don't look at my signal.
Well, I see.
As long as my phone is working and it's downloading, I don't even pay attention to that.
But I agree with Sprint. It has been misleading for months.
But George, you think people really noticed it? Like,
no, how could they notice something that doesn't exist?
No, I'm saying the 5G logo, because that's what it's about.
Yeah, the 5G. Yes, because they notice it because every single commercial you see on television has that 5G at the end.
Yeah,
so
yes, they notice it. On your actual phone.
No, but every time they see a commercial, and that I think was Sprint's problem with it, and I agree with them.
I think they were mad about it being on the phones, and I think only the iPhone is the ones that are doing it. I don't think.
No, I think it was the TV commercials. Every single TV commercial says 5G, and there is no 5G.
We got Sixes in the room. He says he's not going to share spoilers.
Yeah, I told him don't spoil it. I'm seeing it on Tuesday. He said it's a great movie though.
Yeah.
So, but funny though too. I kind of like looked at this whole thing and was like going, wait a minute, isn't this something that John Legere should be doing with T-Mobile instead of?
No, because T-Mobile can't. T-Mobile can't complain. That's what you mean they should complain?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, but T-Mobile is also seriously working on 5G.
No, but T-Mobile
and Verizon are the only ones that I can tell that are seriously working at it.
But George, didn't T-Mobile do it when?
Wait, don't walk away. I can't hear you.
When 4G was coming, didn't T-Mobile do the same?
He's in the other room and he's talking.
I don't. You can't control. Hey, listen. Next week this won't happen. Okay, next week's going to be a whole different thing. I agree.
He'll go and get out of his chair. Come here.
Yeah. Oh no, we're gonna lock the door.
You know what I'll be able to do next week with Will?
Yeah. Oh.
I'll be able to say, shut up, fool.
Next week, folks. We might as well start. It would start the hike now. George is coming to my brother's house.
That's
damn
right.
it, my brother isn't here to talk about it.
The brother at the brothers. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Will, get ready.
All four of us will be together next week.
I'm spectating all the rants. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to be on the other guy on the other side of the camera.
If we want a good rant, all we have to do is say Facebook in front of Adam. You know we're going to get one.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And then in front of Will, we'll just say, well, Google is better than Apple. That'll get it started.
Mike, hold on, Mike. They're talking you sent me something and I didn't read it, but they're talking about the Pixel 3a in the chat. So what did you send me?
Oh,
You
it's
sent me
about
Pixel,
a
right?
color. Yeah, about the color. I think it was about the color they got.
And that's supposed to be coming out. They're supposed to be saying something next week, right? I think there was
you're sending stuff about color to a brother. I mean, come on, man.
Oh man,
I couldn't resist that. Come on now.
I think it's May 7th.
Without case.
Yeah, we're only a couple of weeks away, right?
Yeah, they're talking about the price.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that I'm tempted. If one of those phones is going to be $400, that sounds pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, well, George, did you see the deal that they had the other day?
No.
The
They
Pixel
still have it now. $200 off the Pixel.
No, Mike, $499 and
Oh yes, I
$399.
did see that.
But you had to be on 5 for 1 month, but you got it for that price.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I just want to buy my phone, put it on T-Mobile, so I could see me getting the cheaper.
Yeah, but to pay 1 month of the thing, you pay what, $530, and you're getting $1,000.
Jump around and then come back, and
George, you're not even George. You wouldn't even jumped around because it's eSIM. So all you would have did was download the app and have it for 1 month, and you could have still put your T-Mobile SIM in there and used it.
Well, so if I can get the 3A with that camera, I'll just go for that.
Yeah, that deal was crazy, and now it's still $200 off. But I don't think they're going to do under.
I like Bill saying the Pixel 3 average.
Well, I'm just an average guy, so that's okay.
Good. That's good.
I want to say OnePlus better come with a IP rating if they're coming at $799 with all the phones.
She's saying the 3A and 3A XL $399 and $449. Well, for $449, if it's $449, I go with the XL.
Munchie, I was just going back real quick. Munchie posted a comment about FCC shouldn't allow it, and yes, FCC is Pi, and they sold out. So there's no FCC. I don't know what else to tell you anymore.
Munchie's saying get used to Pixel 2, George.
FCC shouldn't allow what, Mike? The 5G.
The 5G thing, yeah. I don't mean to go back, but I saw his comment. I wanted to comment back at him saying, "Yeah, Pi is a sellout because he's people putting stuff in his pocket." You know what I mean? So
Google really is stealing their thunder. Google really took it, especially if the OnePlus is going to be on T-Mobile again, and then they're putting that in T-Mobile.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's
going to be two really good phones, T-Mobile too, in my opinion.
For real cheap. So OnePlus is going to have a problem if they're $699, they're going to have a problem. $650 to have if the Pixel's coming in that cheap.
Yeah, but keep in mind that OnePlus, part of the reason OnePlus did so well with T-Mobile is because their salespeople have been, pushing OnePlus. My guess is they'll still push OnePlus.
I think they did good because they had that crazy trade-in deal where any phone basically they were taking it and you were getting a new.
I'm thinking that people in the stores were talking about the OnePlus. I'm thinking that's going to continue even with the Pixel 3.
George, I'm gonna go to T-Mobile tomorrow, and I'm gonna see if they try to sell me a OnePlus.
All right,
yeah. That's a video. That's a video. Yeah. I can find a way to have one of those little cameras.
We'll make a video. I mean, come on, let's be realistic here.
I know. He's going to be stuck at 54.
This is called trying to embarrass him.
Munchie said OnePlus is a joke.
Yeah, Munchie has the thing about OnePlus. He had like almost a love-hate.
I like the OS. I like the
two OnePlus phones that I've had so far.
Yeah, but I think he has a problem with Pi. What's his name? No.
He doesn't like Carl Pei.
Carl Pei, yeah.
Carl Pei, yeah.
T-Mobile.
If T-Mobile gets a Pixel, they're going to push it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see. We're going to find out.
Wait a minute. They're going to push it for a month because the 5th of the month is that phone. Then they're back to the iPhones.
Yeah, but that's not till October.
Well, I know. No.
The iPhone will probably be out like September 20 something.
Yeah, see, Rishi says, I think OnePlus is still trying to become the flagship pillar. I agree. And I think they're slowly getting there, personally.
What was talk about the OnePlus supposed to be in? Did I hear right in all the carriers? Or most of the carriers?
I didn't hear that, but I didn't hear that.
Munchie said flagship killer with flagship prices. You can't,
Well, yeah, but Munchie's got a point there. You got to give him that.
Yeah, well, they're raising the price. That's what I'm saying. They got to come with like IP rate.
They're playing with the big boys from here on out. That's for sure.
They need dual speakers. They need to have a better camera. They really gotta.
Yeah, well, I mean, they are bringing up the specs, and maybe this was the whole plan in the T-Mobile deal in the first place: get your foot in the door and then come up with a better phone.
I'm going to ask George because, or I'll ask Will. Could you live on this phone? Could you live on a OnePlus?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because
it's easy.
Mike, I live on an iPhone, so yeah, I could live on that.
Yeah, it'd be easy to live on a OnePlus 6T. Yeah.
So they make a great phone, do they
not? They make a great phone. I agree 100%.
Yeah, so
I wouldn't have recommended it to Nigel if I didn't believe that.
Mike, it's hard to find like a bad phone though. You know what I mean?
No,
like
true, but
OnePlus is a cut above most phones.
I'm telling you, I've been using this. What's that?
I wonder if they're even on T-Mobile anymore because T-Mobile's pushing the Pixel thing for what is it, May 7th or whatever, but they're not saying nothing about OnePlus's new.
Yeah, well, OnePlus usually doesn't come out till June.
Nah, but what is I thought they were doing something in May.
I think they moved it up, yeah. But normally they've come out in June. I'm guessing they're still going to be doing, but we won't find out for a few weeks. That's all.
If Samsung adds stock Android, then OnePlus is dead. Yeah, if Samsung, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's true.
If Samsung puts
definitely true, but Samsung's not going to do that.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's not an Android One Samsung phone. Imagine that.
They need Google Play.
Yeah, but Samsung wants people to use Tizen.
OnePlus 7 is in May, George. And that's what I'm saying.
May. Okay.
They're not
so they'll both be in T-Mobile, so we'll see how it goes.
But you think that's what I think OnePlus might be gone from.
I don't think so. I think they've had too much success with T-Mobile.
So you think that they're gonna have Google and OnePlus in the same store with
now keep in mind we know OnePlus is already there. Google's just a rumor right now, right? We don't know that Google's gonna be in there, but I'm thinking that they can both be in there.
I think Google is guaranteed to be there.
I mean Google and OnePlus and Verizon, both on Verizon too, right?
Wait for OnePlus to add services. Go Samsung way. Munchie hates OnePlus.
Yeah, let's hope they don't do that.
Oh God!
Because part of what made OnePlus so popular is that purity and that experience. 14th of May. Nigel says 14th of May. Okay.
Well, I'm
LG walked in the T-Mobile store and saw OnePlus in the back.
Right. He said, you still got that thing here. So obviously it's still in there.
Wait a minute. What happened now?
Oh my God.
Des told me a story. LG walked into the T-Mobile store and saw OnePlus in the back. He said, you still got that thing here? Yeah, Munchie said we hope they wouldn't write, but what they're doing the exact same thing that Google did. Google started with the same thing, and now they've done the same thing. So OnePlus is catching up. That's all.
I said that was for the G8 launch, the LG G8 launch.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute, Des said that? Des said that?
No respect.
I think he's joking.
Oh, I'm like,
I think.
I'm on.
How do you tell when Rishi's joking anymore?
Yeah. Here we go. For me as a T-Mobile customer, I can get the OnePlus 6T for $0 down today and $22.92 a month.
He said it's true.
No, he says it is true. Okay. All right, I'll buy that.
Holy cow. Check this out, guys. Here we go. I just told you OnePlus on T-Mobile site as a customer.
Right.
$0 down, $22.92 a month.
Okay.
LG ThinQ, it has a special offer. I have no idea what they're offering here.
Okay.
$0 down, $25.84 a month.
Wow.
Okay.
Wait a minute. iPhone 8 Plus, $51 down, $27 a month.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
The iPhone 8 Plus, okay? They want you to give you some. They want to put money down on.
Yeah, and they want.
Yeah, but they want the money down because how much is what are they selling the phone at? Doesn't T-Mobile do that thing where you can only finance so much, right?
$699.99 for the phone.
I know nothing about financing.
Oh, okay. So that's strange then. I thought they let you finance $700 or whatever.
It's just I find it odd that these two phones I just mentioned about get $0 down.
Right.
And how old is the iPhone 8 Plus? 2 years old?
Getting close to 2 years old.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, this will be 2 years.
Yep.
The XR, you get $0 down for $31.25 a month.
So they want more down for that's weird.
For an older phone.
Yeah. For a year older phone.
And I'm a customer.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, wait a minute. The Rev 2.
Oh, yeah. I'll buy that, sure.
Wait a minute. Get a load of this. See how you can get this device for $4.91 a month via bill credits.
Have you seen any videos on the Rebel? I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I know. I just happened to see it there. I'm
I'd rather buy a blue phone, I think, and I love T-Mobile, but I'm not buying that phone.
Wow, LG, the G7 ThinQ, $400, Will.
Now I'm looking at this deal Mill Hustle's got. That's a sweet deal.
What's that?
$400 for the 8 Plus open box on Simple Mobile, and it's unlocked. This deal is still going on.
Yeah.
See, Mill Hustles is the guy who tells you about the deals. You know.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I think I think he had the video on that phone. I am I
may have missed that, but I watched the vast majority of his
it's going to be locked. Will, it's probably going to be a locked phone.
It's probably going to be locked. Mobile. Oh no, he said it's unlocked. He said it's unlocked.
Yeah, that's a sweet deal. I'm on their site now, looking for it.
Wow, he says yes, sir. It does.
Because you can get just imagine
subscribe to Mill. I'm already subscribed.
No, listen. I thought I was, but just imagine the trade-in you'll get for that. If you trade that in, you'll get like $650 for that. Probably.
Looking out for you, Mill.
Let me see. iPhone 8 Plus.
And Mill said, "Yes, sir." I'm waiting for yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What the heck happened, Bill? I thought you had more subscribers. I'm confused.
How many?
22. I thought you had I thought I subscribed to his channel.
Yeah, see, he must have changed it or something.
I subscribed.
Yeah, see, he's a new channel. This is a new channel. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Mill. I thought I subscribed to you. He deleted his old one.
No, he said it's a new channel, so you probably were subscribed.
Yeah, I was. I didn't know that. Yeah. Okay.
Is the old one still there?
No, he says he deleted
He said he deleted it.
Oh, well, I guess I got to go. Okay, let's go. Same name?
Oh, wow. He's got, look at him. He's got, he just started this.
Oh yeah, I see it right here. Wow.
He made a video a few months ago. He's had a history of changing channels. That's right.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Subscribe to him before I forget.
Oh, wait, listen. Yo, George, listen to that sound. Wow. Here, wait, what? Don't get this phone because you're only going to return it. Just like an iPad you return.
No, wait, listen.
No.
Listen, Mike, this is for trade-in purposes. I'm on their site right now. Retail price $399.
Okay.
That's a sweet deal. Let me see. Oh, you got to buy a 30-day plan, $25. How long do I got to keep it?
Subscribed. I'm there. Okay, I'm good.
Dude. Simple Mobile. I gave you a phone.
No. Listen, wait.
He did.
Wait,
he still hasn't touched it.
Hold on. I'm trying to see how long I got to keep the service.
Yeah, see, I can't play those games.
I just want the phone, George. Just about the phone.
If I can,
what are you going to do with an iPhone 8
Plus? T-Mobile, I'm not buying it.
$400?
Oh, I can see it coming now. Okay. He'll be a hawker. Oh man.
You know he's going to send it back. He always
Yeah, I know. I know he'll send it back. He'll play with it and go, "Oh, this is supposed to be."
Nah, because look, when the new iPhone comes out and Best Buy is like, yeah, we'll give you $650 for your iPhone. I'll make $250.
Okay.
Well,
Or
why
when Samsung comes out. Wait. Hold on, Mike. Did you see the Samsung deal for the Verizon for the 5G?
For Verizon, yeah. You going to Verizon?
No. I'm not buying no S10, but they're giving you the Galaxy Buds, a portable charger. I don't even know what that means. A water bottle, and then you can get it for like $450 off with a trade-in. So they said the three things they're giving you is $225, and then the trade-in is up to $450. So you're taking your phone down to like $650.
Throwing the cost.
I think it's $1,300.
A water bottle.
Yeah, that's what it says on the Verizon site. A water bottle.
Okay.
Locked for 12 months, from what I read. We're working
Yeah,
with T-Mobile.
No thanks.
So I have to keep service line. Cricket Wireless Streets.
okay. You know, listen here, Will. Will. If you get that service, you could this way. It's on T-Mobile. I believe they're using T-Mobile
okay, you
service.
Can use it on T-Mobile.
So
okay, that's it's unlocked for T-Mobile.
Yeah. So you can test it out.
It's a good deal.
All right, so
Oh,
are we going to subject Will's subscribers to all our deal making here, or are we done?
Yeah, I guess we're done, right, George? Mike, you got anything else?
I want to know, why did you return your iPad?
Because I think who's I telling? Well, I found a better deal at Best Buy, so I might go get it from there because I still got my case. Best Buy had it for $6 something. I still got my case, Mike, so I might pick it up. But I wasn't using it. I wasn't using it as much as I thought I would. Because I still, even though I had it, I would still go to my phone. I might
why?
Because you're always working a damn double.
That's
probably true. Saying this phone will work on Cricket Wireless and Straight Talk also.
Yeah, and probably and T-Mobile. He said, right?
Yeah. All right, are we done?
Yeah, I think we're done.
I think we got everything.
All right, so don't forget, next week, folks, we three and Mike's brother Adam will all be in one room in Adam's house. And Adam will be handling all of the cameras and all of the microphones, so you know it's going to be quality. So next week, all the Jersey guys together.
Whose channel?
My channel.
It'll be on Mike's Simply Your Device channel.
Simply Your Device next week. Look out. Hang on, people. You're going to get tighten up those bootstraps and buckle down because it's going to be a great time.
Yeah.
So, Munchie said, Will, they hit him up tomorrow before going back to Best Buy.
Okay.
There you go.
See, another wheel and dealing going on.
There you go.
Only here on Friday Night Tech Talk.
Hey, you take no hustles on Munchie, you're going to be making deals forever.
Yeah. Oh, man.
All right, folks. Okay to start signing off, Will?
Yeah.
All right. Mobile Geezer here. Next week, we'll all be together. 2 weeks from now, we'll be back on my channel. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And the website is mobilegeezer.wordpress.com. Usually I post an article on Sunday, and I'll probably do a follow-up to the Fold article that I did this past week. Mike?
I'm Mike Dixon of Simply Your Device. Look out for next week. I can't wait to next Friday night Tech Talk. Studio 2, Adam's Place. And yeah, the place is going to be rocking. I'm going to tell you right now. So, yeah.
The house is a rocking. Don't bother knocking. The house is a rocking. Don't bother knocking. The house is a rocking. Don't bother come on in.
Look out for the tweets and the Instagrams and all. You know, we'll be sending all that stuff out.
George is singing us out. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. Everybody.
I gotta sing you happy trails to you until we meet again.
You get built-in concerts every Friday.
took you all the way back to Rural Life.
Yep.
That's way
Yep.
back.
Yeah.
All
Thanks
right,
everybody for coming. Everybody hit that like button good. So I think we got like 15 or 16 likes. Thanks a lot. See y'all next Friday. That's pretty much it. Everybody have a good weekend.
Have a good
See you
one,
now.
folks.